It was a bright and bouncy morning in Whiskerwood, the kind of day when even the clouds wore cheerful grins. Birds sang jazz, squirrels practiced parkour, and in the middle of it all came Clumsy. Clumsy the cat, fluffy, striped, wide-eyed, and as coordinated as a jelly bean on a trampoline. Today, Clumsy was on a mission to be helpful, which, historically speaking, was the most dangerous mission of all. First stop, Hedgehog Hannah's bakery. Hannah was frosting cupcakes with excitement and focus when Clumsy bounded through the door like a caffeinated cannonball. He skidded, flipped, and somehow landed inside a mixing bowl. A full-sized mixing bowl. Don't ask how. Determined to assist, Clumsy pounced onto the flour shelf. The shelf didn't fall. It creaked, groaned, then exploded in a mushroom cloud of flour, coating the entire bakery in what looked like a marshmallow blizzard. Later, Clumsy proudly iced a tray of cookies using mustard, toothpaste, and an entire sardine with sprinkles. And that's when the health inspector walked in by surprise. Clumsy had to exit in a hurry. Next mission, he thought, help Benny the beaver build a treehouse. It's simple task, just hammering, measuring, and not nailing to a board. Clumsy, armed with a hammer and optimism, was ready. He measured once, cut never, nailed everything, including hitting his own paw to a plank twice. Then, with a mighty push of enthusiasm, he shoved the main support beam into place. Unfortunately, the beam was a very confused moose who had been standing still for too long. The moose trotted off. The treehouse that Clumsy was in followed, with Clumsy inside. The moose rolled downhill like a giant wooden meatball, picking up speed and moving like a lawn flamingo, a trampoline with 2 picnic tables and Mrs. Duck's laundry line. Boom! Crashed and stopped right into the town fountain. Splashed, soaked, soggy Clumsy. Still determined, Clumsy marched toward his final goal of the day, painting a mural for the town square. Paintbrush in paw, he stood tall on the path. He dipped it in red colour, then blue, then sneezed accidentally. Splat! After the sneeze, it caused a rainbow burst across the wall, unintentionally impressive. The crowd cheered for Clumsy until he tripped over a roller skate while walking, flung the paint can into the mayor's hat, somersaulted into a marching band, and somehow painted the tuba player entirely green colour. At this point, the town held a quick emergency meeting titled, How to Gently Discourage Clumsy from Helping. But before they could vote, a terrible sound rang through Whiskerwood. Crack! The giant cookie sculpture in the centre of town was tilting. Children screamed, dogs howled, a squirrel fainted dramatically. Clumsy gasped. This was his moment. He darted, slipped on icing, bounced off a trash can, ricocheted off a mailbox and launched into the air like a feline firework. He spun mid-air, tail like a propeller, and bam! Landed squarely against the base of the sculpture. The giant cookie wobbled, teetered, and miraculously stopped. Silence. Then the sculpture began to crumble anyway, this time collapsing toward the mayor. Clumsy leapt, wrapped the mayor in bubble wrap, don't ask where he got it, and rolled the mayor to safety through a bouncy castle, 3 mud puddles and a bowl of jelly. The town gasped. Then they cheered for Clumsy. Clumsy had saved the day, in the most accidentally heroic way possible. He stood proudly, tail stuck in a honey jar, one eye twitching, paint dripping from celebration. And just when everyone thought it was over, boom! The moose returned, with the treehouse still strapped to his back. He stopped, sneezed, and the treehouse launched off like a rocket, crash-landing perfectly onto the town's empty playground platform. It fit perfectly. Cheers erupted again. Children danced. Cupcakes rained from the sky, and Benny declared Clumsy Honorary Builder of the Year, which confused everyone, including Clumsy himself. As the sun set behind the fountain, and a sparkling treehouse, Clumsy curled up in the fountain, purring contentedly. Sure, he caused chaos. Sure, he made messes. But in the end, Clumsy the cat, in all his wild, wacky, wonderfully whiskered ways, made everything better, just not on purpose. Let us all learn that anyone can be useful, so let's be helpful. Subscribe to our channel for more fun videos.